Social anxiety disorder. Social anxiety disorder is the fear of being judged critically, evaluated, or critiqued by people in a social situation, a work situation. This can be incapacitating. It only occurs when you're around new people that you kind of know. I mean, it doesn't happen with your family members. So it has to be with acquaintances or friends in a group, workers. So people may also see it as performance anxiety or going to a party and meeting a bunch of new people. You become extremely anxious. Social anxiety disorder. It impairs people to the point where they can't speak, they can't think clearly, they can't give a speech, they can't behave appropriately around new people. They become very disorganized, very stressed, because they feel they're being judged harshly by others to the point where they're afraid to do anything. So in the past, what we used were drugs which were benzodiazepines, which have all the problems of benzodiazepines. So if you're just having this problem when you're in a particular social situation, you don't really want to take things all the time. So benzodiazepines, if you do use them as needed in a social situation, they can cause slurred speech, balance problems. They can cause mental slowing, cognitive slowing. They can make you appear drunk, drowsy, and you just can't perform at your best when you're taking benzodiazepines. They're also addicting. They interact with alcohol. Common ones: Xanax, alprazolam, Ativan, lorazepam, Klonopin is clonazepam, and then Valium is diazepam. Mostly they end in PAMs except for chlorodiazepoxide and what's the other one? Chlordiazepate. So now there's something very novel out there. There's a company, Vistagen, I have nothing to do with them, but they have developed a compound, Aloradine, 4-androstenediol, that you take a nasal inhaler, and right before the social situation, you send a few puffs into your nose intranasally, and it decreases anxiety. How does it do that? It's a neuroactive chemical. Another name might be pheromone. Pheromones are chemicals that a species secretes or excretes, sends out of their body, and it interacts with other members in their species and causes a certain type of behavior. Pheromones may be associated with a woman may send out pheromones and make a baby suckle, send out pheromones to say she likes you or wants to mate with you. A group may send out pheromones saying, okay, it's a dangerous situation, we need to get hostile with anyone who comes near us. Or it may send out a friendly pheromone. No one has ever isolated an exact pheromone in people, but it's speculated they exist, and I think they do. We're animals, and they've shown them in other species, but not humans. But this one is a neuropeptide, which it's a steroid, which goes into your nose, goes into the olfactory bulb, and goes to what an area of your, if you took my pen and went like that, it would hit the amygdala. And that's the part of your brain that controls fear. And what it does is, when it hits that area, it causes the release of GABA, which is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, which settles that part of the brain down. And everything that part of the brain is responsible in making you feel anxious and uncomfortable, it slows it down. This is great. It has very few side effects. It can be given as needed. It's a novel way to treat social anxiety disorder. Go figure. Now they have an inhaled intranasal pheromone or neuroactive steroid that decreases social anxiety, but it may also work for anxiety, and they think it may work for seizures. It's called, the name they're giving it is Aloradine, and it looks like it may come on the market within the next year or two. I think they're headed towards phase 3. They finished phase 2. Would be pretty remarkable. I came across this. I thought it'd be interesting to know that it's out there. And I think this is a whole new avenue of ways to treat psychiatric problems and anxiety. Thank you. And I just want to give a shout out to everyone in the United Arab Emirates. Thank you. You're my biggest fans. I don't know why. So if someone could leave a comment and say, why are so many people in the United Arab Emirates looking at my videos? But I appreciate it if a like, subscribe, go to my blog at dragresti.com, where the bulk of my work is, where I do articles every week.